Hi, and welcome to the easy and detailed guide to South Korea travel during COVID-19. Here's what you'll see in this video. Part 1. Pre-flight. 1. Take COVID-19 PCR test no more than 72 hours before departure. 2. Make sure you have at least 2 printed copies of the COVID-19 PCR test results. They will be collected at check-in and Incheon Airport. Make sure that your test results show all of these information. 3. Print out your visa documents. And 4. Check your airline baggage restrictions carefully. You may not be allowed to bring hand sanitizer on board. 5. Check in at least 2.5 hours before your flight. And 6. Check if meals are provided on the flight. Part 2. On flight. Number 1. Eat a good meal and ask for snacks. Bottled water if you can. It might take a really long time before you can eat again after you land, so these snacks are a good backup. 2. Have plentiful rest. And 3. Fill out the papers before you land. You will not have much time to fill them out after you land. Here are the 4 different kinds of papers you need to fill out. Here are some problems you might run into. Problem 1. If you don't have a place of residence in Korea, you can either write your address for self-quarantine, such as an Airbnb or your school dormitory, or you could write hotel quarantine, which is 시설격리. Usually, if you're staying for 90 days and more, you're considered a long-term visitor, and that will qualify you for self-quarantine. Or, if you have Korean relatives, show your proof of family relations, and you are eligible for self-quarantine no matter how many days you're staying in Korea. If you don't have Korean relatives, and you're not a long-term visitor, then you're only allowed to go for hotel quarantine, unless you have quarantine exemption. Problem 2. When writing your phone number, you can either write your own Korean or foreign number, or the number of a close person in Korea. This number will mainly serve as verification for your immigration process, as well as to contact you during your quarantine. Oh, and also, take note of the month, date, and year format. Koreans like to write the year first, followed by the month, then the date from left to right. Part 3. Incheon Airport. Allow me to take you through how it's like after you alight the airplane. Just follow the red star. At the end of this queue, they will collect your health declaration forms and your COVID-19 PCR test result. After this station, you will go into either the Korean passport side or the foreign passport side, and there will be people to help you install the quarantine app. This app will be used for the next 14 days. You will need to key in your temperature twice a day, once before 10 a.m. and once before 4 p.m. In the app, you can also access the contact of your quarantine official who will be taking care of you. At this station, the officials will call your Korean number to check if the call can go through. This is so that they can contact you during your quarantine easily. If you have provided someone else's number, make sure that person knows the name on your passport, the date you're arriving, as well as the place you'll be staying in Korea. And when you're done, you'll get the health screening certificate. This is your second last station. This queue might take a little bit long, but make sure you do your social distancing. After you're done at this station, you can proceed to your last station, where they take your picture and ask you to do your thumbprints. They will also provide you with information of your quarantine in the language of your passport. And with that, you're done. You can proceed to get your bags. If you have symptoms on arrival, You will be taken to a separate cubicle apart from the rest of the travelers. There will be people helping you with the paperwork and the installment of the quarantine app. You'll be here for about half an hour before you are brought to take the on-site COVID-19 test. After you're done with the swab test, you'll go back to the cubicle and be directed to the person who checks your visa. You will go through the immigration process like the rest of the travelers and get your luggage. But you're not allowed to leave just yet. You need to get on a bus and head to a separate facility for people with symptoms. At the facility, a bento box, or just some food, Wi-Fi, and bathrooms are provided. You'll be staying at this facility for about 4 hours before you receive a text message about your swab test results. The people with positive test results will leave on a different bus from the people with negative test results. You will all be given gloves to wear before leaving the facility. Part 4. Self-quarantine. For those doing self-quarantine, you either have someone to fetch you, take the taxi, or take the designated buses. After you exit and go into the arrival hall, you will see 3 clear paths for the 3 options. Regardless of which transport you decide to take, you will need to show the officials at the exit your approval form for self-quarantine. If you decide to take a bus, you can head to the station set up for your province and retrieve a pamphlet from them regarding the bus timings. They will also give you instructions on how to obtain the bus tickets. However, most of the people serving in the stations seem to be the older ajasis, and most could not speak other foreign languages. I hope this video can make your process easier if you're not a fluent Korean speaker. Basically, to obtain the bus tickets, you have 2 choices. One is to purchase the tickets on the machines at the side, which you'll need a cashless payment method. The second is to seek permission and exit the airport to the ticket booth, which is outdoors, and purchase the tickets with cash. Tell the staff where you're going and the bus timing, and you'll get your tickets like this. That being said, you might want to purchase your air tickets according to the bus timings if you like. The immigration process before you get your luggage is about 1+ hours. If you arrive early enough in the day, this first bus will take you to the clinic in your province for you to do a swab test. If you arrive too late at night, the clinic will not be open, and you will be contacted to do the swab test on the second day. After the swab test, there will be another vehicle that sends you to your registered quarantine place. The officials driving you are not allowed to help you with carrying your luggage due to safety concerns. And yeah, here's the start of your quarantine. The government official in charge of you will call you in one day and confirm the details of your place. And then, he or she will send you a care package from the government, which includes food, water, some trash bags, as well as hand sanitizer. The care package in every province will look a little bit different. If you're doing hotel quarantine, the process is largely similar. Just that, you don't know which hotel you're going to. You will be guided after you exit the arrival hall and wait for the bus that takes you to a random hotel. The prices at each hotel will vary, and you don't know where you're going to. I did not do hotel quarantine, so I'm not sure of the specifics. But while doing my research, I came across a really good video that explains the entire process, and I will link it down in the description box below. And yeah, that's it. Leave your questions down in the comment section below if you have any, and I will try my best to answer them. With that, I hope you have a safe and wonderful trip, and I hope this video has helped you in one way or another.